Good morning. Good morning. Buckeye Roast coming at you 8 a.m. like every day. What's going on, y'all? Shout out to Evan. He was the first one in the chat today. So, of course, starter, natty season rolling. Natty season loading. So, shout out to him, man. Ron, how you doing?
Pretty good. We got a show written today. We got a quarterback, so doing
Ah,
better.
yeah, we do, man. Got a good show for y'all today. Ready to talk into some stuff. I've been chumming at the bits since last night. I text Ron and was like, yeah, so we got a press conference. So we will get into that. But let me get some house cleaning out the way. One, make sure we got 10 people in here early. So numbers gonna run up. Make sure y'all like that video. Get somebody else in here. We would appreciate it. Tweet it on the timeline, man. Let people know what we doing out here. Let people join the morning gang because we in here early and love it. Let the energy y'all bring every day. So good morning, everybody. Tonight, the Fans Edge, 6:30, 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern. So everybody on East Coast, 7:30. Being here, national show. We got a lot to talk about around the country. They bring the energy. Was in there last week. It was a lot of fun. So they're gonna make a repeat performance and come back and put on a good show for y'all. That'll be 7:30 tonight Eastern, 6:30 Central. Me and Big Chris Drew will be in here tomorrow. Now, how much y'all love Chris. So yeah, he'll be in tomorrow. We got State of the Program at 7 p.m. live here. Will be a get ready for the season show, man. We're gonna have a good time tomorrow. Pull out the drinks, tell some lies, all that fun stuff. So that will be tomorrow at 7. What was that? Saturday. Pre-game show in the morning. We'll start at 10. We got some special guests for y'all. People showing up. Y'all was like, oh wait, I didn't know he was coming. So that'll be fun. Can't wait to do it 10 a.m. on Saturday to 11:30 and get you going right into when the games start. And then we play at 3:30 on Saturday. So post-game Bleacher Report. Ron will give you his instant reaction. That should be a good time. Can't wait to see. He did a good job up there. So yeah, man. Can't wait to do it. That's our weekly slate. And of course, Buckeye BS Sunday, 10 a.m. Y'all know what's good.
We will
Ron?
also be on playback for the game, so if you
Okay.
want to watch the game with us, you can log in with your cable provider and watch the stream along with us and hear us bitch about the team.
Revenge of the playback. Good times, good times. Yeah, man. So is that all we got, Ron? Let's jump into it.
Yeah, let's do it. Did
All
something
right.
happen
So
yesterday?
well, Ryan Day had a press conference, and the first question he was asked by Dave Vittle, do you have a starter? And Ron, what did he say?
Yes, Dave, I have a starter. His starter is Kyle McCord. He said that
Ah,
Kyle has done enough to deserve to be the starter for the game against Indiana. So just want to get your thoughts there. We have a starter. I have done nothing but complain that Ryan Day was being pussy and not naming a starter, and he has finally named a starter. So you know what I mean? We got what we wanted. I asked for a starter. We have a starter.
Ron, I actually think he had more to that quote because he said, Kyle McCord is the starter, but both guys will play, both guys will split reps. You will see both guys in the game. Ron, do we actually have a starter?
Yeah. Someone's going to go out there first. They're the starting quarterback. And it sounds like, I believe the quote that he said was, after the game, we'll step back and come back up for air. So it sounds like we still have an open quarterback battle. I mean, despite having a quarterback named, it sounds like the battle is still going on. And I mean, a lot of people are frustrated by, it not being named and we have a quarterback battle still going into the season. I'm not, because now you can't lie to us. There's no hidden practices. There's no secret scrimmages. There's no championship grades that we can't see. Fuck all that. You got to play in front of us, and now Buckeye Nation is going to be the ones making the decision in the quarterback battle because there's no way you're going to be able to lie to the fans. And unless these guys go out there and have identical numbers, I would imagine the fans are going to have a preference coming out of game one. And I would imagine it's going to be the same in the locker room. It's going to be the same by the coaching staff. And if it goes into 2-3 weeks, I have no worries that by week 3, we will know who the better quarterback is, and they will be the official starter for the remaining of the season.
I would tend to agree with you there. Does seem like it's going to play out in a public light, and it does not seem like there is. Can you hear that?
Yes.
Oh, okay, all right, hold on for 1 second.
Yeah, no, it seems like this is going to play out for a couple weeks. I mean, maybe 1 week. Maybe one guy comes out
Okay.
here and completely takes the reins. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, so as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by my dogs with their own opinion on the quarterback battle. Yeah, so it is going to play out in a public light. I do, in terms of respect that, and I'm like, all right, I guess we'll see. Even though we've seen stuff play out in the public light before, and necessarily like, wait, you went with who? Like we clearly see here, one guy might be better than the other, but give Ryan Day's credit, he's going to put it out there and let both guys play. I just Man, it's just really killing my momentum coming in the season because I have a lot of questions seeming that we've seen both of these guys in winter ball. They've seen both these guys in spring ball. We had the spring game, which Devin Brown didn't play, but Kyle McCord did, so you got to see him. Summer ball, now all through training camp, and we're week 1. And you want to tell me both these guys are that much the same that you can't just name a starter and roll with it? And I don't even care who the starter is. So it could be Kyle McCord. Fine, I said Kyle McCord all summer. We heard Devin Brown going through training camp and coming in. Devin Brown's coming on hot. He's answering to competitive situations. He's the guy standing out. We heard all that. Neither. And I'm like, bro, make a decision. Like whether you need to change it after a couple games or not, or a guy does not perform. Teams have done that and it turns out just fine. But you got to make a decision eventually and roll with it. And I do not like rolling into the season. And even worse, to compound that, he then compared the situation of today to Alabama with 3 NFL first round quarterbacks and Ohio State in 2014, where those teams all had starters coming into the season.
We have a starter. You got exactly what you
Bro,
asked for. You named a starter, and it's going to play out over the next 3 weeks.
We do not have it. A starter is we're rolling with this guy, and regardless if he
But
goes
if
out
you
the first
don't,
series
but if
and
you
throws,
if they don't know if that's the best quarterback, why would you want them to commit to someone
but
if they still have time to evaluate?
that is my question. Like, if you don't know who's the better quarterback with all this time of evaluation, like we knew CJ was a better quarterback. We never seen him throw a fucking pass in a game. Like you've made decisions before without guys having game time to tell me who's a better quarterback. If you're telling me is that close, like really, if it's really that close that a guy can't separate and one guy's been in the program a year longer, go with the younger guy. Ryan Day's the only guy I've ever heard who says 2 guys are equal, go with the older guy. And I guess that's just the program mantra because I've seen us go with a lot of older guys who can't fucking play versus the younger guy who can play and has some talent and probably is going to be a pro because we've seen that play out before and before with this program. And I don't mind that. If it's Kyle McCord and he believes that and he's been in the program longer and he wants to give him the edge for that, that's fine. But don't come out here and say, both guys are going to play and we're going to figure out in a few weeks. No, just name Kyle McCord the starter. You could have did that 2 weeks ago and let's fucking roll. Like
He did do that.
bro,
Kyle
no,
McCord was named the starter yesterday.
He said Kyle McCord is going to take the first snap. Literally, his next line was, "But both guys are going to play. Both guys are going to get a chance."
But you seem to want Devin Brown to play, but you're arguing to just play Kyle and not give Devin a chance. It's not making sense.
Yes, pick a fucking quarterback.
No. For what? You're playing Western Kentucky, Youngstown State, and fucking Indiana. Like, why? If you still have time to evaluate, why would you force your hand and pick a guy that you're not 1,000% sure? If he thought Kyle was the clear-cut starter, Kyle would be named the starter and Devin would play mop-up duty. Clearly, they feel like there's a necessary evaluation that needs to take place during the game, and that's going to happen for the next 3 weeks. I don't understand this frustration of everybody wants Devin to have the chance to win the job. There is no scenario where Devin goes out there and looks like fucking a reincarnate of Johnny Manziel in college and doesn't get the fucking start. Like, Devin Brown is going to get a chance to play. And if Kyle gets out there and proves that he's the best quarterback, he's going to be the fucking starter. So, like, I just don't see this scenario where we go out there and see both guys and no one can tell who the starter is. That's Ryan Day said you need to see the game evaluation. You need to see what it looks like when bullets are flying. Devin Brown has been live one time in practice and he broke his fucking thumb. or pinky, whatever the fuck he broke. And he didn't get a chance to play.
A couple weeks ago at a scrimmage.
He was not completely live. They were not tackling Devin Brown to the ground. I will bet my fucking life that Devin Brown has not been tackled to the ground in fall practice. So now you get to see Devin Brown fucking scramble outside the pocket with an opportunity to get hit. You see Kyle McCord have a chance to step up in the pocket when he can get his fucking head knocked off and see how they perform. If you don't know who it is, don't just name the guy for the sake of fucking satiating the fucking fan base because they think that a quarterback has to be named. I'm glad that a quarterback's named because someone has to fucking start, and it's going to be Kyle, but they're both going to get an opportunity to play, and I just don't understand how people are frustrated with that, especially people that are in the camp of Devin Brown needs to fucking play. Kyle's named the starter, and somehow Devin Brown fans are like, fuck it, it should just be Kyle McCord now. You just give up. You don't want to see Devin Brown get a chance to play in the game. We're not going to lose to Indiana. We're not going to lose to Western Kentucky. We're not going to lose to Youngstown State. What is the frustration in letting this play out in public?
My frustration is, one, we've had the situation where, oh, let's run these two quarterback systems. It's never fucking worked. I've never seen one work in all
except
of time.
For last year when Michigan let a quarterback battle play out in front of everyone for the first 3 weeks of the season and still won the Big Ten championship. I see you make that face. You're telling me this quarterback battle is why they lost to TCU. That's why they lost to TCU. This quarterback battle.
Michigan. What Michigan did was they were paneling to a quarterback because he led the team last year, and we all was like, fuck it, JJ's better. We've already seen that. He's going to start the season.
You just told me Devin's better, so clearly you think this is going to play out in the same way as the Michigan.
I haven't seen it, but but Ryan Day, no, you're telling me the people on this team do not know who's better. You're telling
Ryan Day's exact quote. Both of these guys have won the team. He told you both have won the team.
Huh?
He told you both of them won the team. Those were his exact words. Both guys have won the team. You don't think by the end of the game Saturday you'll know who the quarterback is, the starting quarterback is?
Okay, and if we walk in Saturday and it is blatantly obvious the quarterback, you just lied to me because you didn't know who was it before.
And what negative impact did that have on the team? And if that's the case, do you think it would have more of a negative impact letting Kyle have the opportunity, a top 30 5-star quarterback that waited his turn, did everything that he did, and was in the battle enough that you couldn't make the decision? You're telling me it does more for the team to say, fuck you, Kyle, you don't even get a chance, just fucking sit? Or do you just let it play out and let him lose the job in public? You don't think—
What do you mean you didn't get a chance?
What do you mean you didn't get a chance?
You're telling me you've been here for 3 years, you've been through the program, you had a chance to separate yourself, and you didn't. There was your chance. If you haven't
told you for the last 14 days, he was more consistent.
Kyle has some separation. So I'm like, okay, if Kyle has some separation, why is he not the starter? Why are we not just rolling with that?
You just told me you want— you're so fucking contradictory right now. It's not even fucking making sense.
I literally said that.
You just argued that you want Devin to play. Which one do you want? Do you want Devin the quarterback or do you want Kyle? Which one?
I do not care who the starter is.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
No, I don't care. If you telling me whichever guy we roll, we make a championship, that is cool. My problem is we're here a couple days from the game. And
do you think we're going to lose to Indiana because of this? Or are we going to lose to Indiana because of this?
If we lose to Indiana, I'm sure it's not because of the quarterback play. But that has nothing to do with declaring a guy and say, let's roll with it, whether it's Kyle or Devin. And I don't mind both guys playing, but one guy needs to get a chunk. He needs to be the starter. Name him, let him play, whether he makes mistakes or whatever, because now you're in the point where like, oh shit, well, Kyle played all right, but he threw one interception and Devin didn't. Now we got this controversy next week where it's like, well, shit, does this guy make more than this guy?
It's almost like we have 3 weeks to figure it out before we play real. It's almost like we have 3 weeks to figure it out.
Bro, doing this in the season when you've had a year to this point to name a starter, it's a little absurd. Like, pick a guy. Let's go fucking win a natty. Like, you're telling me, shit, when we roll into Penn State this year, who the fuck is going to be the quarterback? We roll into Michigan this year.
Again, you're having bad faith arguments right now to be fucking funny. It's not the fucking facts. You know we're going to have one named by Notre Dame. So what is the problem with having two right now?
What do you mean, what's the problem?
Especially if you think Devin's the guy. You don't believe that Kyle's the guy. You think Devin's the guy.
Is set by the quarterback. We've said that for years. The tone of your team said by quarterback. We had Justin Fields. The team played like we had Justin Fields at quarterback. When CJ was a quarterback, the team played like we had CJ at quarterback. The quarterback is the vital head of your team. He has to be the leader. He has to be the guy everybody trusts most. And we don't even have a starter. We have no guy we trust most.
It's Kyle.
Okay.
Kyle's the starter.
Okay.
What is the title of this show?
Oh, Kyle McCord is the starter, but you should have put the but in there.
No, Kyle is the starter. That's what you asked for. And if he goes out there and outperforms Devin, he will be the starter the rest of the year.
The thing, if you're saying if, so he's not the starter.
So you're telling me if we have a better quarterback, you don't want them to play. Is that what you're telling me?
My thing is, if we have
answer the question. If we have a better quarterback, you don't want them to play?
Yes.
If Kyle's not the best quarterback, you want him to be the starter?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Play the best quarterback. You should already know who the best quarterback
so you want to play the best quarterback, and they're telling you they don't know, but you want Kyle to be the quarterback. Make it make sense. I'm not following. Help me understand.
My point is, they don't know. They claim they don't know who the best quarterback is.
But you're saying play the best guy. So how are they going to do that?
Saying, I don't know who the best quarterback is. I don't know who should be leading this team 4 games from week 1. 4 days from week 1. That's what they're telling me.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
So then how can they name a starter if they're telling you they don't know who it is?
Bro, it is crazy to me to believe they don't know who the best player is after. Then you need to change your evaluation
system. If you think they know, you don't think it'll be blatantly obvious in the game on Saturday?
But why do we need to get to a game for it to be blatantly obvious? At that point, you're telling me like, okay,
what does it hurt
last week or the week before? Like, why don't you just pick that guy and just roll with it and let him get the chunk of snaps and not do all this whatever? Like, oh well, this guy, Tuesday is this guy, Wednesday is this guy. The fuck is that? Make a decision. What's the point of that? Make a decision. Who started at running back? Well, shit. Well, let's roll out their offensive line. Well, I don't know. We'll figure it out by week 6. And like everybody's happy. Sonny Styles named the starter. Like we were all like, cool, let's roll. Why can't we get?
We have 3 guys rotating at free safety. Why? Because they don't know who the best safety is right now.
And I would have a hard time believing that as well.
You're the one who thinks Josh Proctor should be fucking starting. Like,
okay, that's a joke. I just said Jahad Carter the last couple of weeks. And no, don't give me that. Don't give me that, because I just said Jahad Carter the last couple of weeks.
You're off of Josh Proctor Island?
I don't believe he should start. I believe Jahad Carter should start, and let's roll.
Okay.
Like, pick a guy. Let's roll. It's season time, bro. The quarterback is the most vital person on your team. He sets the agenda for the team. Everybody follows his lead. You don't have a quarterback walking into the season. This season is important. This is natty or bust season because the roster turnover is about to be crazy. And all the confidence for me or people in the fan base has been sucked out the room because we can't get a starter and just roll with it rolling into the season. Alabama always names a quarterback going into the season. Georgia always names a quarterback going into the season. All the other teams can figure out a quarterback, and half of them had 3 first-rounders on their roster and picked a quarterback.
When did the reigning Big Ten champs name their starting quarterback last year?
Bro.
What?
We knew when did Michigan. That goofy shit was ridiculous last season, and we all said that. Let's not go like and be like, oh wait, that was a smart decision. They should have let
it work out. Did it negatively impact? Did it negatively impact the team? Did it negatively impact the team? Did it negatively impact their team?
They didn't play anybody. It didn't matter.
I'll sit back and wait. Actually, I'm going to go on YouTube. Tell me about the fucking powerhouses we have on our schedule the first 3 games of the week. I'm going on mute. Explain to me. Explain to me these tough fucking games that we have that we don't have the opportunity. Youngstown State, please. We're going to change the name of the show to the Youngstown State Secondary Evaluation. Q. Tell me about this fucking powerhouse of 85 Bears defense that Youngstown State is bringing into Columbus. I'll fucking wait.
Ron, what did you say on the show 2 or 3 weeks ago? You said, I sure hope we don't do that goofy shit Michigan did last season.
And here we are.
It. So don't come in here and act like it's a smart decision now.
But you don't believe the guy that was named the starter should be the starter, but you're like, fuck it, we're here to play him.
That is not what I said. I said pick a starter and roll with it. Who's
the better quarterback? Who's the better quarterback?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? You know. Name the starter.
I didn't say I know, but if the coaches don't know after a year.
Name the starter.
Okay.
Name the starter.
If Kyle McCord was their first snap, he's a starter. Let him play the entire first half and roll.
Good thing he was named the starter then.
Cool. That's what I would say. If he's earned it and he's the guy, play him. Let's roll. Like, what do we need? What are we doing all this? Oh, I gotta Kyle's a starter, but Devin's got to play. But Kyle has, he's been consistent the last few weeks, but Devin's a playmaker. He might have something. Well, both guys will roll and we'll figure it out next week. That's not naming a starter. I would have walked out there, and if Kyle McCord was my guy, Kyle's the guy. He's going to play. Let's roll with it. We'll get Devin some snaps later in the game, see what he can do.
But you seem so confident knowing that there's a guy. So who should it be?
Bro, if he says it's Kyle McCord and he says that's his starting guy, I'm not at practice every day. But I damn near guarantee you if I was at practice every day the last year, I'd pick a starter.
Okay. So
I would. If they would have given me a press pass, let me sit over there, I'll pick a starter for you.
So you think Devin Brown should receive less snaps this week?
Yes, if he is not the starter and he has not earned a job and he says Kyle McCord has earned a job, let him play, let him go ball, get the team behind him because apparently you think after a year of time, of all this time, he's the starter and let's roll. I don't care who the starter is. My care is Tristan Gebbia could be the starter. My care is can we go fucking win a natty? Because if we don't win a natty this season, we're going to be in trouble for a couple years trying to get back to the level we will be at this season with the talent on this team. So I don't care who the starter is. Yeah, I thought it was going to be Kyle all summer. I said that on this show. I thought Devin was pushing on. That's what I heard. Obviously, it seemed like that because he wasn't naming a starter. So we get to this point. I don't care. Pick a fucking starter and let's go.
Like all right, so you guys have it on the record. Q doesn't like this quarterback split. Devin should not get a chance on Saturday. Split quarterback. That's what you just said.
JT 1 week, Carnell the next. None of that. Fuck all that because that shit never works out. That shit always flops. No one else seems to want to be walking the line.
Except for the reigning Big Ten champs. It only worked out for them.
Like, we always get bent ass by it. And comparing 2014, where a guy gets hurt and can't play.
I'm not comparing 2014. I'm comparing Michigan.
Bro, did Michigan win a natty last year? No. Did we know who the starter was?
Did they beat Ohio State?
Yes, we all did. We were like,
did they make it to the playoffs?
Bro, if I would have asked Rod, if I gave Rod $1,000 and said bet on the Michigan starting quarterback a month before the season, he would have put his $1,000 on JJ and be like, they better not pull that goofy shit and go play JJ. That's exactly
what did they ultimately do? Did they land on the correct quarterback?
Yeah, because they wasted their time. They wasted the time with the team saying, "Oh, we got two guys." Like
so we already knew who the starter
was. Nobody in their right mind said Cade McNamara will be the starter for Michigan this season.
Other than Jim Harbaugh's right now can't even tell me who the better quarterback is. This isn't the same situation. They let that play out into week 3 and knew who the quarterback was. You can't tell me confidently that you think that Kyle McCord or Devin Brown is going to perform better on Saturday.
No, but I'm not at practice every day getting paid $8 million to make a fucking decision.
So you don't think if the people that are telling you they still can't make a decision, you think they're lying?
All the words we coming out of camp was there probably ain't really a decision here. Ryan Day walks out, he has a different decision. He says Kyle McCord's a guy. I'm like, cool, roll with it. Just go. Put your nuts on the line. You get paid $8 million to make these big time decisions. Don't pussyfoot into the fucking Notre Dame game. I just my starter and let's go.
When Devin Brown plays on Saturday, I better not hear you on Buckeye BS talking about, oh, Devin Brown's the better guy because you don't even want this nigga to play on Saturday.
Bro,
that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. We have a show on Sunday. I better not hear Devin Brown outperformed him because you didn't even want this nigga to play.
If Devin Brown is the better guy, Kyle McCord should outperform him because Ryan Day said, hey, this is my starter. I'm roll winning. If Devin Brown walks out and he's significantly better than Kyle McCord, Ryan Day, you're wasting my fucking time because you already knew it in practice. You already knew it through these scrimmages, and you should have said Devin Brown's the guy. Let's roll. The fuck? Like, I've never seen a situation where, oh, we're going to name this guy a starter, and he's probably our guy leading here, and he plays like absolute shit, and the other guy was significantly better.
But it's not like he came out and said that Kyle's the starter because he's this much better. He said, but in preface that, like, what did you want him to say? Oh, I don't know. Both of these guys are going to start in the wing T because we don't want to put one out before the other. Clearly, he's not saying that Kyle McCord is the starter for the rest of the season. He said Kyle McCord is the starter for the Indiana game. Clearly, this battle is still going on.
It's not a conviction decision. I don't care who the quarterback is. Make a conviction decision. If you think he's better this time, and let's go. What are we doing? Like, you have all this time. Let's go. Kyle McCord's a guy. He's a guy. Cool. We all set up here. We said we think Kyle McCord is a pro. I believe everybody believes that. A pro's enough to win a natty. Let's go.
All
If
right,
I, if I hear, are we
don't play Devin
bullshitting?
Brown. And I just remember this episode. If Devin Brown becomes our fucking starter at some point this year, we didn't want to see him play. We wanted this opportunity to be ended, and Kyle McCord is the starter. End of discussion.
If I'm paying my head coach $8 million, I believe he's the best quarterback developer in the nation. I think one of the best coaches in the nation. I'm ready for him to make a decision.
But you're questioning his decision
let's go.
You're questioning his decision on playing both quarterbacks, but you trust his evaluation and you think he's the best quarterback coach in the country.
That's what we believed all this time. So you should know.
So you don't believe it anymore? You don't trust him anymore? You don't trust his evaluation anymore?
This quarterback situation up, my trust will be moving along.
Is he fucking it up?
If he fucks this situation up and it ends up costing us a season or something, I would be pissed. Yes, I will have questions.
So you think this indecision could cost us a season?
Bro, bringing us in weeks out, still not making a decision. I don't know where he's going to be by week 4. Yeah, this is a red flag, I would say. This is a red flag. Not making a decision coming into before the season. Tell me, you had a year with these guys. You've seen great quarterback play through here. You know what the standard is. You've seen both guys all this time. You supposedly have this evaluation process. Oh, we track metrics. We know one guy stole from another. We could put it so we know who outperforms the other guy. Okay, then you should know by now, and let's go.
So Kyle's
you got all these metrics. You got all these testing. Then if you can't name the quarterback by now, you need to go and look back at the offseason and say, we're not pushing these guys enough and testing these guys enough to figure out who the hell is going to play. Like that's my question. The offseason, you need to figure it out. Pick a quarterback. Let's go. Let's go fucking win a natty. Don't care who it is, to be honest. I care about that natty in the season. I don't care if Lincoln Conhol's a starter.
What week is the national championship?
Week 15, I guess they would call it.
Okay. Just making sure. I had to confirm that they didn't move it up into week 3.
Shit. If they did, we'd definitely be screwed.
Now, according to you, we have a starter, though. That we could win the national championship with
Rod, who on Monday talking about our coaches is pussy.
And they named a starter.
It's Wednesday. And now you ride, you drinking the Kool-Aid. Now you ride with it.
Yeah, because you just told me they named the starter and you wanted to ride with it. Bro, which one is it? You're riding with the starter and what the coaches are doing, or you're not. Every fucking bar we go back and forth with, you're on a different side of the fence. I can't even fucking keep up. Like, which one is it? I said name the starter. They've named a starter, and I'm saying, let's see what the fuck happens. I just don't understand this take that we're going to play Indiana and see both of these guys play on the road in a Big Ten fucking matchup. And you don't think everyone who's had an opinion on this quarterback battle is finally going to get a chance to see with their own fucking eyes and make a decision. And somehow there are people in this fan base upset about that.
Bro,
why?
Because my decision sitting at home watching TV does not matter. I don't need to see the shit play out. I need my $8 million coach.
But Ryan Day just told you he does. Okay. And that's who you're telling me you trust.
He needs to look at his off-season program and say, I'm not pushing up the name.
Fucking 5 minutes ago, you told me you trusted his evaluation because he gets paid $8 million. And now you're telling me you don't trust it. Which one?
I've trusted it to this point. This is the first time I have a question on what are we doing here, and that may not be a quarterback evaluation, but it's a head coach.
So does he not get the benefit of the doubt to see how it plays out and see if he gets the decision right? Has Ryan Day ever been wrong in this quarterback evaluation at Ohio State?
No, not to this point.
So you will not give your $8 million head coach the benefit of the doubt that he thinks he can get this figured out before meaningful games are played.
I'm gonna be on his ass if he don't. I'm gonna tell you that.
If he don't, but you're on his ass right now. It hasn't even played out though.
Yes, because he should have made a decision. The fuck? It's not that, bro. This cannot be that hard. I swear, I better see Michael Vick.
I don't think it's going to be that hard either. I think they're going to play on Saturday, and everyone's going to know who the fucking quarterback is.
But what I'm saying is, if we all just go out watch Saturday and be like, well, that guy is clearly better. You couldn't do that the last 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks. You didn't know all this time.
And if that plays out, what is the negative fallout of that indecision? The scenario you just painted, what's the negative fallout of that indecision?
The mentality of your team already knowing who the starter is, players in the locker room probably already have a decision made. It's like, why is that guy not starting? You start to lose trust around people when you talk about this magic hope
But
that
if the
happened,
starter's named
and
by the end,
everybody's like, "Well, we're pretty
but the
sure it's
side
this
eyes are
guy." Like,
gone. If
just make a decision.
the decision's made by the end of the game, then what questioning is there of the decision?
If you can make a decision based off the non-defense we gonna play against Indiana, where we should put up 70, regardless if Tristan Jefferson start.
How many times have they been tackled in spring and fall?
I don't know how many times they're going live. I've heard
0.
we've
Kyle
gone
McCord
live.
has been tackled 0 fucking times. So yes, playing in a game where you can get hit adds a level of evaluation that the coaching staff has not seen yet, and that's inarguable.
That's cool. They can get tackled.
Oh, that doesn't make a difference in quarterback evaluation whether or not they can be
but,
tackled?
But your whole baseline of we didn't see CJ ever get tackled, and he was named starter.
Because the gap was significant. You're telling me the battle between Kyle McCord and CJ is the same as close as Devin Brown and Kyle McCord right now? Or are you making a bad faith argument?
There should be a difference. There should be a difference. He said Kyle McCord is
telling you there's
I
not.
said cool. He said, but I was like, what do you mean, but? Roll with it.
All right, we better not see Devin Brown the rest of the year because, Kyle McCord should have been the guy, and the evaluation period completely ends at the end of camp. You're no longer allowed to evaluate people during the season. Actually, whoever we start at free safety, we shouldn't play anyone behind them either because you need confidence in your team, and you should name a starter and not fucking evaluate people throughout the season. Same goes for Steel Chambers. CJ Hicks shouldn't fucking see the field because we've named a starter in week 1 and we don't want to lose trust in the team.
Steel Chambers and Ty Eichenberg play like shit for an entire season, and we watched them roll out there week in, week out. Don't do that. They literally 2 years ago, they were terrible. Literally terrible. Michigan fucking
we're going 2 years back. I'm talking about this year. I'm talking about this year.
Rotation.
Oh, PJ, don't make too much sense.
We constantly said they're comparing.
Bobby Carpenter, someone who was in the Woody, constantly said that even comparing them on the boards in the meeting rooms and weight room is neck and neck. But no, fuck.
Yeah, clearly it wasn't compared
fuck
enough.
Fuck the person who's been at every practice that told you he couldn't tell you day to day who's the starter, but name one because fuck it.
Hey, Ohio
name
State,
one for the sake of naming one.
Throw me a media pass. I'll tell you who the starter is.
Or you could just wait until Saturday and find out.
I need to wait until Saturday.
What's the harm in waiting until Saturday?
Bro,
you've not answered that question.
What I'm saying is the mentality of this team is very important. We've complained about this shit for like 2 years. They don't have the right mentality, yada, yada, yada. Leadership, it all starts with the quarterback. Your quarterback is the most important. That's what your team is going to ride on. The team is still questioning who the quarterback needs to be in week 3. That's not a recipe for success. It never has been. You walk in, you know who your leader is, and you roll from there, rightfully or wrongfully. Urban made some bad decisions, but he put his nuts on the table and he stuck with a decision. And he rolled with it. And rightfully or wrongfully, he rolled with it. We were like, at the end of the day, okay, looking back at it, I don't know, maybe he should have threw Dwayne Haskins in there. But we knew who the leader was of the team. The team reflected that. They went out and played fast. They just got beat by better teams. My point is, I need to see a starter. I need to see where this team's direction go with it, and let's go. Like, win, lose, or draw, make a decision. You've had all this time. Like, let's go. Like, if this was your deadline, you set this deadline for quarterbacks, and now suddenly,
what deadline?
We don't have a deadline now.
What deadline?
Bro, he's named a starter every year at the same time, or said Ryan Day said himself, I don't want a 2 quarterback system. I want to name a starter in the fall and let's roll. He's literally told us that the entire time until we get in the fall camp. Then it's like, you know what I said? Scratch that off the record. We should actually just run a 2 quarterback system and everybody
wins. There's no hard deadline. He arrived at a decision and announced a starter every time. He has not arrived at the decision. If he had and knew who the starter was and confidently could name them, he would have. He's going to evaluate them in gameplay when they could get tackled. But apparently, getting tackled in football doesn't make much of a difference. That's why, quarterbacks perform the exact same in, shorts and t-shirts and passing drills as they do when pads come on, because getting tackled really doesn't make that much of a difference according to you and your evaluation of quarterbacks. So, just name a fucking quarterback because you did that before in 2 other quarterback competitions that are nowhere near remotely similar, because we've never had 2 5-stars battling it out, but we do this time. So just because we
this
named
quarterback room
Justin Fields the starter, we should do it.
loaded for the last 2 seasons. Like it's not the first time we've had 2 guys who are competitively. We've had fucking Joe Burrow and Dwayne Haskins. It's not the first time we've had 2 competitors who are pretty close in talent.
It is the first time we've had 2 5-stars.
What does that make a difference?
What do you mean?
Just because they're 2 5-stars doesn't mean they're better than Dwayne Haskins and Joe Burrow a couple years ago as quarterbacks.
And did they come up with a decision?
They said Dwayne is in the lead right now, and Joe Burrow left.
So you don't even know how that would have played out if Joe would have stayed. How do you know that doesn't go into week 3?
Right, because we have Urban Meyer quarterback. He's gonna put his nuts on the table, make a decision, rightfully or wrongfully.
So, and that's the fucking point that's frustrating me, because you seem to be okay with them potentially getting it wrong to end the evaluation early.
Bro,
that's what you're arguing for.
We got this QB guru. He should know.
And I mean, Urban Meyer, the quarterback guru, he just goes with whatever. And he's telling you he doesn't.
Okay. Like I say, if we go out Saturday and this shit I better be like, damn, was that Kyle McCord threw that? No, that was Devin Brown. Damn, was that Devin Brown that ran that? No, that was Kyle McCord. They better be inseparable. Or I'm gonna be like, wait a minute.
It's almost like them being able to be tackled and playing in a live game with meaning in front of fans will add another element to the evaluation process that they haven't had. Am I wrong? It's almost like one of them missed the spring game and didn't have that as an evaluation piece.
Bro, really? The spring game?
So the spring game doesn't mean anything in a quarterback battle? What matters to you in a quarterback battle, Q, then? The spring game doesn't matter. How they play in games doesn't matter. What do you use, Q? Fucking Hall of Fame Twitter coach. Tell me how you evaluate the quarterback situation.
First ballot. You have these scrimmages. You track these metrics. You're telling me these guys are identical every time they step on the field, which we've heard it's not the case, but it doesn't matter. You telling me these guys are the same every time they go, every drill they go through is like, shit, I can't tell. Nobody separates after all this time. If you have 2, you have none. That has been the famous speak. So you got to have 1. The team relies on you to have 1. So have 1 and let's go.
All right. And so, I mean, while we're here, let's name the starters for the rest of the season, since we don't evaluate people during gameplay and nothing changes. So go ahead, Q. Give me the fucking cut yourself and start writing in blood the depth chart, because we don't evaluate players throughout the season, and no one else can improve or make a jump or become a starter after game 1 because we set a roster and that's only who we play. So here, I'm going to go on mute. Give me the depth chart for the season.
Give you depth chart season. All right. We got quarterback, Kyle McCord. He's a starter. Let's roll with it. That's what Ryan Day told me. They told me Travion Henderson at running back. Everybody saying Travion Henderson. We got this room of 5 backs. But Travion Henderson somehow, with all this talent at running back, can separate himself and be a starter. So let's roll there. Marvin Harrison.
Oh, so you're telling me when there's separation, the coaches are able to identify it in other positions, but for some reason at quarterback, they're not able to do it. Okay, continue.
Apparently, it seems so. You talking about we have the deepest,
or they don't have enough, or they don't feel like they have enough data points to make the decision.
Whose fault is that? That is on the coach's job to make data points to make a decision.
How is it a point of fault? What negative has come of this? That is a point of fault on the all-season
program to have 2 guys in one.
What is the negative impact of this quarterback not being named, since you want to place fault on someone? Where is the program being negatively impacted here?
Because we're rolling to the season. The team needs to follow somebody.
Are we going to lose?
Name a guy.
Are we going to lose?
It could possibly. People, if they go with the guy, let's say, well, we had faith in this guy. We all thought it was one guy, not the other. We all thought it was Kyle. Wait, Kyle's not the starter? Like, what are we doing? We didn't been out there to practice every day. We go against Kyle every day. seems like here he should be the guy. Now I'm gonna start questioning other shit. That's what happens. We've all played on sports teams. When your coach makes a decision where you're all like, wait, what? Like you start to question and you lose faith in the coach. You tell me that's not real?
I'm gonna go with you telling me
No. Yes,
I'm saying that absolutely does happen. But
yes.
I'm telling you, by the end of the fucking first 3 games, it's gonna be evident, and I don't think that someone's gonna go out there and prove that they're the best quarterback on the team, and they're not gonna play. So what I'm telling you is I don't see meaning in these first 3 games that it is so imperative to have a starter locked in and not allow them to truly show what they can do against a live defense. That's what I'm telling you. I don't believe these first 3 games are so imperative to a national championship run that a quarterback has to be determined game 1. No, I don't think that is going to derail our season, allowing them to let this play out in public. And personally, for full transparency, we haven't seen a spring game. We haven't seen the practices. We haven't got reports from the media that have gotten to see these guys play every day. And the only person that has told you he doesn't even fucking know because it's so neck and neck. I, as a fan, want to know that from my own eyes, that we do evaluate and play the best quarterback. And the fact that you want to just roll with a single person, and I've been a Kyle guy from the start. I'm not even a fucking play Devin Brown guy. I want to see Kyle McCord and Marvin Harrison Jr. recreate their magic from high school. But if there's a guy that they think is on his heels so much, I want to see him play too and make sure that we fucking got this right.
If you're on his heels, you're behind him. CJ started a couple years ago at Minnesota. Ryan Day gave him full confidence. CJ didn't come out playing well. He made mistakes, but he had the full confidence of Ryan Day saying, you're our guy. We're rolling with you regardless. And after that, CJ had the first couple bad games. He picked it up and was clearly the best quarterback at that point. That is why I believe you pick a guy, you say, hey, you're our guy. Whether you go out against Indiana and play like absolute shit, or you go out there and play well,
bro. Fucking Devin Brown is not Jack Miller,
bro. One, we were not talking about Jack Miller. We were talking about Kyle McCord then and CJ. And even the fan base was like, "Oh shit, play Kyle McCord. Let him play. Roll him out there." CJ missing easy passes. They was all on his head top. Ryan Day was the guy. Was like, CJ's a guy. He's the best quarterback for this room.
Oh, so you're telling me in the past Ryan Day has had the ability to name a starter and be
confident? Was everybody not? Let me let Mike up.
So what happened? What happened to Ryan Day? Explain to me what has changed. Ryan Day, you've had the faith. Every example you've given is Ryan Day doing what you're telling me he has an inability to do, but now he's doing it. So what's the issue?
Hold on, I'm trying to get Mike in here. Can we get him in here? There we go. All right, now ask your question again.
You just gave an example of Ryan Day being able to identify his best quarterback and play them with confidence, but he can't do it now.
Yes. He's not doing it now. Or we would have had a guy and he would have said, we're rolling with him. Let's go.
Because it's almost like he still needs more evaluation.
Everybody had questions about CJ his first couple games. Ryan Day said, hey, this is our guy. We're rolling with it. He plays well. He doesn't play well. He gives his team the best chance to win. Let's go. This situation, well, Kyle's the guy, but Devin needs to play. Still 50-50 is up in the air. I have to reevaluate next week. That's not the same thing. That's not remotely close to the same thing.
Exactly. So why are you trying to make these quarterbacks battles
because
the same?
I approve of the first time
it's different.
Let this guy roll and let's go.
Oh, it's different. No fucking shit. It's not the same. It's not the same.
No,
it's not the same fucking battle.
In decision making.
No,
that's where it's not the same.
And that's where evaluation points.
That's my problem. That's my whole problem. It's not the same decision making.
I got it, Mike. I feel like I heard Q say something earlier. You said that you was happy with Urban Meyer because he dropped his nuts.
That's what I'm saying. This nigga would rather than name the fucking wrong guy in just a show of fucking confidence. He's talking stupid, and it's starting to fucking piss me off.
Like,
Mike.
do you not remember 2015 going into the season? Urban Meyer
was, and they didn't tell him.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, so he didn't drop his nuts. So that's a bad analogy. He didn't drop his nuts.
That's one.
That's this nigga let it go all the way to game time and named it on the field. You couldn't have a worse handling of the situation. At least Ryan Day came out a week early and fucking told you what the plan was. He didn't even tell these niggas until kickoff.
It makes it better.
I need you to tell me.
Ryan Day has preferenced us that I'm not going to make it. That makes it better.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Mike, I'm so glad you came on here because he's been smoking dick all morning, being an asshole, having bad faith arguments, trying to make me look like a fucking psycho when he's talking like a dickhead on here, bro.
How am I talking like a dickhead? Urban Meyer, fumbled it, not naming the starter going into the season. Literally just played one guy. He didn't rotate. JT Barrett didn't play one.
What was his record in 2015?
He played
What was his record in 2015?
Yeah, how'd that play out, Q?
He wasn't even a QB developer. What was the record?
What was the record? 2015, we lost the game.
So we was 12-1.
Yes.
Okay.
And later on in the season, they started bullshitting with this 2-quarterback system, which they didn't do at the beginning of the season. He played Cardale Jones and let him
Here we
roll.
go. Get the fucking goalpost on wheels. They're easier to fucking move.
Who played in the first game? Who played in the first game in 2015?
Cardale.
And he played the entire game. We didn't go like, oh, we're going to make another decision next week, yada, yada, yada. They picked Cardale and they rolled with him.
Hold on. And then what happened the next week? Who started?
They played Cardale.
And then what happened?
They played Cardale started like the first 6 games of the year.
No.
Remember, because they had a package for JT.
He started.
They would bring him in
wasn't
the
just
zone,
no
they were having trouble
package.
scoring.
See, Mike, here we fucking go. Ninja line. I'll let y'all fucking finish because honestly, I'm done arguing this at this point.
I'm
not lying.
Hold on. You're lying. Hold on, Q. Let me finish this because you're lying when there's interviews out there. When Cardale said that he was so tired of looking over his shoulder every time he would mess up, then he would see JT Barrett warming up. That's not a package. JT Barrett ain't warming up for a package. JT Barrett also was finishing the games. Do we not remember that? Like,
come on, get out the comments.
Also, hold on. Also, this is so crazy because when Justin Fields was here, who did we really have as a backup? Nobody. When CJ was coming here, we had a true freshman in a Kyle McCord, right? We didn't have this type of battle where you got a junior and a sophomore, 2 guys been in the program. This is the first time. This is why Ryan Day in his interview. This is why in his interview he said,
he's in the lead right now.
This is new charted territory, bro. But I just had to come on here. I just wanted to set the record straight. I appreciate y'all for having me on, man. I love this show. My wife decided to take our daughter to school, so that's why I was able to come on here.
All right, Mike, stick around.
Appreciate you pulling up, Mike. Can you do another show on this channel?
You don't believe,
man. We will be live tonight, 7:30 Eastern for the national show. All college football. Definitely pull up, man.
So, Mike, quick question before you get out of here. You don't believe with all this time to pick a starter, all the situations he can put his quarterbacks through, he has the most advanced metrics, puts them in game situations and all that. At this point in time, he should not pick a starter, get the team behind his back, and say, let's roll. This is the guy.
What's the name of this episode?
I'm going to pay $8 million and let's go. You don't believe he should do that?
Actually, hold on. That is a great question, Q, because I remember when he named CJ Stroud the starter, he said, we don't know what we truly, I named him, but we don't know what we truly have until the game kicks on, right?
But what he did not say.
So here's the thing. Hold on. Here's the thing. He feels he has 2 guys because before there was any division about a Kyle McCord or a Devin Brown, what did we hear? We had 2 NFL guys. So if he still feels he got 2 NFL guys, now is the metric. Honestly, I think that we should be so happy.
Whoa, Mike, you mean to tell me that quarterback evaluation's different when they're allowed to get tackled?
I mean, it's a part of the evaluation. Why not use it if you can? Hold on, but hold on. Before I want to leave y'all with this point.
Go ahead,
because I think that the point that everybody is missing is how amazing does Ryan Day feel about this team that he could even do this? That's the part that everybody is missing.
Man, forget all that. I don't care about that.
Yeah, Mike, you're making good points. You're making me live down.
He would not have did this in 2020. He would not have did this in 2021. I'm just speaking facts, bro. You would not have did that with the type of defense, the type of guys we weren't even able to rotate. Come on. You would not have to do this. So be excited about this, man. I really think we should trust Ryan Day because here's my thing. what's all of this talking? What's all of this arguing about if Ryan Day wins the Natty?
If that intends happen, then okay,
then
I'm gonna be like, you know what?
Then it's just gonna be like, damn, Q,
that shit
damn, Q, you should have just shut up and just
no. Nigga, that is way in the future.
No,
that is way in the future. You talking natties now? I felt great about a natty before he started pulling this shit.
If he wins the natty, his evaluation is correct.
Then we'll be like, all right, that goofy shit didn't matter at the beginning of the season.
Then he's gonna be like, you the goofy YouTube star.
Hey, I believe the way he handled CJ in 2021, saying regardless if he goes out and makes mistakes or not, regardless of how he plays, he's the best guy for the job. I've gone through all this
all-season evaluation. Way bigger in that QB competition.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's a fucking bro. It's not the same fucking thing.
It's not. Like you're comparing.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Let's come on here with false equivalencies and bad faith arguments to fucking try to be like they don't even fucking make
how
sense.
Many teams go in there not knowing their quarterback is, but go on to win a natty. That's what I want to know, because that shit does not happen.
Trevor Lawrence did. He didn't start
No.
Trevor Lawrence did not start off the season.
No.
Oh shit!
They named him.
They came in for one game.
Trevor Lawrence came in.
Trevor Lawrence did not start the season.
Yeah, he didn't start the season. They named his starter. They rolled with him. He did not play well. Started to struggle in games. And they pulled him and paid another guy and said,
hold on. Quick question. Okay, so because I do remember us seeing Trevor Lawrence getting out there the same way
play at all, but that he did not go in and they say we got a 2 quarterback battle.
So what's the difference in this is our starter, but in the background we saying we still gonna play Trevor, or just being upfront and honest and saying, hey, this is the guy that's starting, but we still playing Devin. Like, don't say it in the background. Like Dabo did it in the background, but Ryan Day did it out there in front on TV, and everybody mad for him keeping it real. This is just crazy to me.
No, Mike. You can get both guys legitimate game time because they both need it. And we've complained season after season. We knew CJ was a starter last season. We said, why aren't we playing McCord more? He needs to actually get out and play. There's a big difference.
Telling you he can't give a proper evaluation because Devin Brown isn't playing live. Then how can you end it?
Than saying, I don't know my quarterback is and I got to reevaluate next week. Clemson picked the starter. He didn't play well. And at the time, they were like, okay, this might cost us a game. Let's switch and go with this other guy. And they played him, and he ended up being better, and that's fine. If we were going and say, okay, Kyle's the starter, he plays a few games, and we're just like, well, he was the best coming out of camp, but I don't know if he gives us the best chance to win right now. Let's play Devin. That's a completely different decision than I'm playing this guy and that guy, and then next week I'll figure out another decision. I might name a different starter. That's 2 different things. They name a starter. They roll
almost
with
like it's a different battle, and they're at different places in the battle that you need points of evaluation, and you're not ready to name a full-time starter.
Evaluate quarterbacks.
Name the last mobile quarterback that's been in a battle at Ohio State where we needed to see the evaluation of them being able to use their legs. Again, I'll go on mute.
Bro, what does it matter if they're mobile? You know,
please fucking stop asking that stupid ass question. What does it matter if the quarterback can be tackled? You cannot be fucking serious right now. You can't. You cannot be serious asking that question.
Now it's a hard decision because he's mobile. Hold on. Why can't we look at this as maybe a Dwayne Haskins and Joe Burrow type situation, except the guy didn't leave in the spring? Is that really bad? Hold on. If Joe Burrow and Dwayne Haskins got to battle it out going into the season, is that not amazing? Would that not have been amazing?
Cool? I guarantee you would have played out the same. They would have.
But now it's cool. Now it's cool. It's fucking Dwayne Haskins and Joe Burrow. We just do 54 fucking minutes, and then we get back to him.
That is just so crazy to me because
I guarantee you
it would have been Dwayne, because you know what Joe Burrow turned out to. You're okay with that. I think that's crazy.
No. Time out, Mike. We didn't have this argument. Joe Burrow became Joe Burrow the following season. He wasn't the same player he was that season. He was fine. Mike, we not. You've made that argument on Twitter. I remember what y'all be talking about. Don't try to blame me. You said it as well.
He was in a bad system. In 2019, they made the system actually fit him. So
that's cool. It's all good. I feel like we need a starter and just roll with it. That's just my thing. Name a starter, roll with it. I'm cool with it. If the other guy ends up being better, you find that out after a couple games, and you swap him. At least you made a decision there, and you stuck by your guns, and you played it, and you're just like, okay, that wasn't the guy. This is the guy. Let's bring him off and see what he can do. Because the other guy is
literally making the argument to fucking potentially get the
decision
wrong in the name of fucking.
Or this is
naming a starter.
Sports. This is just in general sports. When you name a guy, you say you're my guy, you give him the confidence, you get the best version of that guy, and he does not end up looking over his shoulder. He's like, well, shit.
Has he earned it?
This week, I know I'm being started.
Has he earned it?
And I'm going to go with it.
Has he earned it? Because I'm going to pull up the notes from the show where Ryan Day, direct quote, both guys have won the team.
Who did he name the starter?
Hold on. Let's go back. Hold on. Let's go back.
But he had so much fucking confidence, he wouldn't be playing Devin.
Let's go back to his previous conference. His previous press conference before the one yesterday, he said that he felt the guys were close. He felt that the battle was still close and that anybody could go ahead and become consistent and start taking it, right? And then in this past conference yesterday that he said, Kyle has been more consistent for the past week. That's what I'm looking for.
Ooh. So then why does Kyle not get that vote of confidence that CJ got of you're our guy? We're going to get the best version of you because we're saying you're leading this team. You're the guy to get us to a natty. Let's roll. I guarantee you if I say
don't read the tea leaves.
Bro, I guarantee you if I say Mike.
What did your offensive coordinator say?
We're rolling with you.
What did your offensive coordinator say? Your offensive coordinator said, we don't want a 50-50 quarterback. So what they and one thing that we have been hearing, hey, one time Kyle's killing it. One time Devin's killing it. They want consistency. So what they're saying is maybe right now Kyle might be on the high. Let's see if Kyle can keep this high going and not let it be a roller coaster and fall off. So let's see.
But then just
right
say
now he's on the high.
And just roll with it. That's all I'm saying. Like, I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. My thing is you're going to get the best version of Kyle if you name him a starter, say he's our guy, and let's go. And eventually you may find out he's not. But I think that gives you the best version of any player. If I say, Mike, you're our guy, we're rolling with you, I'm going to get a better Mike than if I say, Mike, you might be the guy, but I'm going to let this other guy also talk on the show, and then, like we'll see. I mean, one of y'all may burn and say, oh, I love competition, and maybe I'll go ahead. But I think starting this season, you get the better guy if you name him, you roll with him, you put the confidence in him, and you say, let's go. That's just my opinion.
Hey guys, I appreciate y'all having me on. Where Ryan go?
I had to blow his nose or something.
Well, okay, there's Ryan. Hey, I appreciate y'all having me on, man. Hey, everybody, make sure you like and subscribe to this channel, to this video. Q, Ryan, y'all always doing your things in the morning. Always watching y'all while I'm getting ready, taking my daughter to school, man. Appreciate y'all for having me on.
Appreciate you. I told you we was bringing the energy.
No problem, Mike. Appreciate you pulling up. Fuck my camera from not working. I got to be at work in 2 minutes. Q, let the people know where they can find you.
If you want to find me, continue arguing. I'll be at C.Quentin on Twitter, Fly the Jobs on Instagram, Miley Films on TikTok and YouTube. Ron.
If you want to find me, you can find me on Twitter at 2_TES. That's 2 T's. You can find me on Twitch. It's the same thing. You can find me on TikTok at 2Shiesty. You can find me here every day with Q, the Buckeye Roast at 8 a.m. You could find us on this channel for the national show on Wednesdays at 7:30 Eastern. State of the program on Thursday at 7:30 as well.
7 o'clock.
At 7 o'clock, and you could find me for an immediate post-game reaction of this quarterback battle on Bleacher Report on Saturday in the Bleacher Report app, so make sure that you pull up for that. We will see you Sunday for the Buckeye BS or here tomorrow for another episode of the Buckeye Roast. We appreciate you pulling up and join the Discord.
Yeah.